So I'm just gonna put this out there. Being a guitarist is very expensive. So it's another very beautiful day today, and if you're new to my channel, I'm Brianna and I am a senior music therapy student. And yeah, if you don't know what that is, I have tons of videos. I'll link my playlist down below of what music therapy is. But this video, I'm super excited because I've been wanting to make it for a really long time. And it's one of my favorite things to talk about is my instrument collection. And I'm a guitarist, right? So I have a few guitars and I just love guitars. I feel like I'll always be like collecting them. But yeah, I just wanted to share just like what I have personally and what instruments that music therapists use, and yeah, just what kind of gear we use in sessions and stuff. So yeah, let's just get to it. So the first instrument I ever started playing was when I was 5, and my parents bought me a black Yamaha piano, and that's at my home in SoCal, and I'm in NorCal, but yeah, so I play that when I'm home, but it's really out of tune, so I mean, it's alright, but it's still sitting in our living room and I play it every time I go home. I'm the only musician slash person that just plays music in my family, so that's why it's just there. And yeah, so I played piano ever since I was 5, and when I was in 4th grade, we all got to choose like a string instrument. So me and my best friend, we chose the violin, and I played that all the way until like 8th grade. But in between those years, you get to choose like other instruments, right? So in 5th grade, I really wanted to play electric guitar, but my mom wouldn't let me. So then I was like, fine, I will play electric bass. And so I have an electric bass actually sitting at home. I do not have it. I don't even think I have a picture of it. But I played that for like a year, and finally my mom asked me if I wanted to learn acoustic guitar, and so I was like, sure. So then I picked it up, and I had this black Yamaha acoustic electric guitar that I still have. It's at home in SoCal, but I played that all the way until I came to UOP. For 8 full years I had that guitar, or I still have it, but I played it for 8 full years. 8 years of like covers with that guitar, so it'll always be very special. I don't know, I guess I was an edgy teen because I chose black, like it's just a very edgy color. But yeah, so that guitar holds dear to my heart. Here's a picture of it. I have tons of videos with that guitar. But anyways, and then after that guitar, I was like, I still want to play electric. So in like 7th, 8th grade, I bought like the Fender Squier one. That one I do not have because I sold it for like $40, and I'll explain why a little later. But I got that one, and I might have a picture of it. And then yeah, so after that I kind of just stuck with acoustic guitar, and in high school years I just played acoustic. And then the real, I guess, real collection started when I moved or transferred here to UOP and started studying music therapy, because then it's like my job tools that I need, right? And so I got, here, I can start showing some of them because I have them. So this one is my pride and joy. I love this guitar so much. It's like the Taylor 214 Deluxe, and it's like beautiful. Like, I love it so much. I got it the first year I came here, so around 2.5 years ago, and I'm so excited for this. And a little fun fact was that my boyfriend Luke, he wasn't my boyfriend at that time when I first came, but then he had this guitar, and I kept hanging out with him because I wanted to play it. And now we have the same guitar, and also been together for 2.5 years, just like this guitar. But yeah, fun little story. So this one, it's, I'll explain a little more about like the sizes, but this one's like pretty big, but it sounds amazing. So up next we have my, I guess I call it therapy guitar. This is my GS Mini. It's also acoustic electric, and it's such a beautiful walnut color. I love it, I love it. Okay, it's very out of tune, but yes, this is my main guitar I use when I do like sessions in person. And yeah, like online now I just use my bigger one just because the sound is better. But I love this one. This one it's just the perfect size. That's all I can say. It's like literally the perfect size. So before I got this one, I had the Baby Taylor, and the Baby Taylor, it has great sound for the size it has, but it's just not the best. I don't know how to describe it, but I bought that guitar because it was very travel friendly. And before I came to UOP, I went on a mission trip to the East Coast, to New Jersey, and I'm like a worship leader and I just wanted to play guitar all the time. So I bought that one specifically to like travel, and like, you know, it's a really tiny size, but it was a great guitar. And then I sold that one, and then I decided to get this slightly bigger one. This one, again, like I said, very perfect size for therapists to walk around and like play. So yeah, this one, love it. So I was helping Luke shop for his electric guitar. He got a Gibson, and his is pretty beautiful too. Do I have a picture of it? Yeah, I probably have a picture of it. Here, I'll put it here. And while we were shopping for his, I saw this one. Oh my gosh, like, wow. Like, is it not like beautiful? Like, this blue is like mermaid blue. I don't describe it. And the wood is actually, if you see it in the light, it's like navy, and it's just all around beautiful. It's Epiphone, is that how you say it? It's like a little cheaper than Gibson. It's like I guess like a line, kind of like Squire is a Fender. And yeah, I have rounded strings on this, so it's like very jazzy, and I don't play it as much as I want to because, again, I'm more of an acoustic player by just specialty. The last big guitar that I have in my collection is this very beautiful Nylon, and it has no brand because if you didn't know, like, I'm a guitar primary, right? So we learn classical guitar in like lessons and stuff, and when I came to audition, I had to actually take private lessons for classical just because I've never like really learned classical. Like, I learned classical piano, right, all my life, but not classical guitar. And so this guitar is it's so beautiful, and I play like all my classical songs on there. And my teacher at UOP a few years back, or like 2 years ago, knew a person, and I got this for only $200, and it's probably like worth like $800 at like Guitar Center and stuff. And it's just because it's like we got it wholesale and stuff, so I love it. I don't play it as much as I should, again, because I honestly just play my Big Taylor most of the time, or the GS Mini one. But yeah, this is a no branded, very beautiful classical guitar. The last guitar that I have is a guitar Lely, and I probably have a picture of it because I do not have it with me right now, but this is what it looks like. And it's like around $100, and it was like this small, like very small. It's just a ukulele with 6 strings, and it's very cute, and like, I don't know, it's fun to play with. So I'm just gonna put this out there. Being a guitarist is very expensive, or like one that is very dedicated and like it's your passion, is very expensive. So on top of like guitars, right, there's these things called pedals, right? And so I don't have a lot because I actually don't really use these. This one is a acoustic electric preamp, which means that, honestly, I don't know what it means, but it makes the acoustic sound better. And I used to do a lot of worship, right? But ever since I moved up here, I haven't done a lot, so I don't really get a chance to like plug in and like, you know, do a whole sound system. And this one is actually a looper, which I do use a little bit more. And a looper, basically, you can record something and then click it, and then you can play something over that little like thing that you just played, like a chord progression or something. And it's really fun to use, but it's kind of hard to use. And yeah, this one's really cool. And this one is just a tuner. Just a fancy tuner, like if you want to like plug it in and tune. So all these can be connected through these little wires, and again, wires are expensive too, on top of like the 1/4 inches that you plug into the amp. So yeah, this is another guitar related gear. So before I move on to the microphone and the stand, I wanted to show you guys quickly the birthday present Luke got me like a year ago. It is the Kai Professional MPK Mini, and it's a little piano. It's really cute. I don't really know how to use it that well. I make it sound like I don't know how to use anything, but I just don't play with it as much as I should. But now on to the gear. So actually, the microphone and the interface that I got was from the money that someone donated amount of money to UOP, and UOP gave us a little bit of money to buy some just gear, I guess. And so super thankful that we got to spend some money on gear. And so the thing that I bought was a microphone, because I've been singing for 10 years now, making videos, and never got a microphone. So I bought the 2035 Audio Technica condenser mic, and it works really well. I really like it. But I bought it with it was like a podcast pack, so it came with like a boom arm that I left at Luke's apartment. But yeah, he has it there. And it came with this and also the arm that's on the table. But over break I got this mic stand. I'll just grab it, and it's just like your typical very heavy mic stand, and this condenser thingy that I bought just to like block out sounds, I guess, and your spit. But yeah, this is what I got. And then this little, what is this called? I just got this off of Amazon, this microphone boom shock mount thing. To plug it into the laptop or your computer, you need this interface thingy, and the thingy, you have to buy an XLR cable. It's just a bunch of like cables and wirings, but it's not that hard. You just plug it in, and it'll go from the mic into your laptop / computer. So the last gear that I have is my Marshall amp. You can't play electric if you don't have an amp, so when I bought the electric, I also had to buy an amp. Like I said, very, very expensive hobby / well, it's kind of my job, but yeah, it's expensive. So now that I'm done talking about like my collection of stuff that I'm very thankful and blessed for, I'm gonna explain a little bit of like the therapy world and music therapy and how we actually use the instruments. And there's a lot that I do not have, and that it would be great if I could have some of those instruments, like drums, like little bongos, and like shakers that we use all the time, and just other smaller instruments that are patient client friendly. And so yeah, the main instruments that we use is piano or keyboard and guitar, and of course your voice, right? So a lot of people ask me like, oh, do I need to learn these things before, or like before I study it? And I'm like, a lot of schools provide like group lessons, or if your primary is guitar, then you get guitar lessons. Whatever your primary is, you get lessons for. And I'm not super certain about like other schools, but this is what UOP does. And yeah, so if you're not really strong in piano, then you can take piano lessons. If you're not strong in guitar, you can take guitar lessons. And yeah, so it's just to help you build up your skills, I guess. And so yeah, as music therapists, we like carry a bunch of instruments. And here's a picture of me and a lot of instruments. And thankfully I had a partner. And I remember when we were working at the memory care unit at a long-term living care facility, we brought a bunch of drums, and we do things called like drum circles, where we allow the clients to like, you know, take turns to play the drums. So those are really helpful. And I love this one instrument called the ocean drum, and it literally is just like a circle, and you roll it around and it sounds like an ocean, and it's just really cool. And so there's a bunch of instruments that we use, and yeah, but to carry around and stuff, it's like kind of heavy and kind of hard, so most people just, I guess, roll a cart. And when we were still in school, or like when we still had in person, our school had a music therapy resource room, so we could check out instruments every session. So like shakers to like harps to like xylophones, right? Those are really, really helpful. And so honestly, we use just like any instrument, and everybody loves to like just like play around with it. Like the kids love to like strum my guitar, play with shakers. And so yeah, like I guess simply put, guitar, piano, voice, and every other instrument out there is what we use. That is my instrument collection and what music therapists use / play in sessions. And I think one of my biggest pet peeves is when I tell someone, I'm like, oh, I'm a music therapist, and they're like, oh, do you play instruments? And I'm like, I do. like I know they don't like exactly know what it is, and so like I just try to take my time to explain to them, and I'm like, yeah, I play guitar, piano, and just a bunch of other instruments. But yeah, I mean, again, not a lot of people know what music therapy is, and that's why I love making these videos, just to entertain and inform, I guess. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and always, always, always live a life you can't put into words. Peace.